Hi, AJ Hartley here, novelist, Shakespeare professor, music fan. And a week or so ago, I posted a video on cover versions, songs that had been remade by other bands. And the last one that I included was a cover of Blink-182's I Miss You by Frank Watkinson.
And as I stared, I counted the webs from all the spiders, catching things and eating their insides, like indecision to call you and hear your voice of treason. Will you come home and stop this pain tonight? Stop this pain tonight.
And since I was including him in the video, I thought I would get permission first. So I sent it to him and he said, yeah, go ahead, use the video by all means. And in the course of the back and forth, I asked him if he would be willing to be interviewed on this channel to talk about the kind of music that he makes. And he agreed. So without further ado, here's my conversation with Frank Watkinson. My guest today is Frank Watkinson, the internet's favorite grandpa. I'm delighted that you agreed to do this, internet celebrity that you are.
I'm accidental celebrity.
Well, I'd love to hear about how all this happened, but let's start at the beginning because obviously, you talk on your channel, you tell jokes, but primarily you play guitar and sing. And so let's talk a little bit about your musical background. You said to me that you're coming up on your 72nd birthday, is that right?
Yeah.
So you grew up, your adolescence would be sort of late 60s and 70s, which is a great time for music. Did you grow up in a very musical family or environment?
Not really.
Mm.
Not at first, but then I've got it was when I was about 16. Um, I'd got a guitar and I'd saved up for it, and I'll never forget because it cost me £35, and I was on £5 a week wages, so it's like 7 weeks wages. So just think what 7 weeks wages could get me now. But anyway, it was, and that was a cheap guitar. But anyway, but I had a cousin that was really good, and he influenced me most of it because I'll say this from the beginning. I always say this. I can hardly play the guitar. I'm a few chords, and I learned a long time ago that I'm never going to play it like them. I especially now I'm older. I haven't got the speed. What's the word? Dexterity, I think the word is. I'll write that one down. I haven't got it, I thought I'm never going to be able to play like the records and things like that, but I like the songs and I want to sing the songs. And so I just play them as simple, as dumbed down as much as I mean, if I can play a little flash bit that's easy, I'll do that, but most of the time it's all dumbed down. But I like to try and get into the song, get a bit of emotion into the song as well. I don't really, I get asked to do so many covers of songs and I listen to them. I thought, it's not saying anything to me. It's not sad, it's not happy. And it's probably a lot of them, the only reason people like it is because the amazing guitar solo in the middle, which I can't do. So it's a bit strange.
I mean, well, you say that, but I actually really like your guitar playing. There's a clarity to the way that you finger pick. It's not a muddy sound. It's nice, and sharp, and clean. I think it's really nice, and it suits exactly what you're doing. Which
If I play the guitar I use mostly is sitting behind me there. It's a second-hand Yamaha, one of the cheapest they make. And it cost me £30, which is probably $40. But it's old. It sounds. I haven't picked up another guitar that sounds like it. It's very mellow. But I also, my grandson will pick it up, and he's when he plays it, crisp and bright.
Mm.
When I play it, it's a dolly sound, and it's because he plays with his fingernails,
Uh,
and I play with my fingers.
you do the Mark Knopfler approach.
Yeah, I don't click the high. If I play with my fingernails, it's almost like you're using a plectrum.
Hmm.
Much different sound, and I can't get into that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So growing up, what were you listening to? What kind of music did you want to play initially, or what were you listening to on the radio or records or what?
I I think like everyone else, the um it really sort of all started like the Beatles.
Mm.
The Beatles had just come out, and then it was all the Northern American, Northern not American groups, England, like it was Beatles, Jerry and the Pacemakers, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, the Searchers.
Mm.
That was my start,
Mm.
but then as I got older, it was more like then the Rolling Stones came out, and I thought I wasn't really into the rocky side of the Rolling Stones, but I loved every ballad they did.
Mm. Interesting.
And that's when I sort of realized I'm a soft ballady person. I like a ballad, and it's like you can have the biggest rock band in the world, but if they stop and then pick up an acoustic and do some sort of ballad, I'll think that's what I want to hear. You know, it's
Were you, were you ever in a band yourself?
no, I've never
No.
played in front of anybody. I've played in front of friends occasionally. Um, I haven't done any gigs, things like that. I don't I don't really want to,
No.
because I know I'd be pretty useless. Because I, as you might have, if you've seen my channel, you see I've covered lots of songs.
Mm.
And someone said to me, "How do you remember the words?" Well, I can't. I don't remember the words. I'm at home. I'm on YouTube. I've got the lyrics in front of me. I remember as many as I can, but they're there
Mm.
because I know that I won't. I can't just learn a song in a week and know all the words, like that. So, um, and if I'm live, I know damn well I will forget. I'd get carried away. I'm conscious of being watched live, and I'll just go wrong.
So when you're recording on YouTube, does it feel like you're live in front of the whole world, or does it feel
It
like it's
does.
just you?
No, it does feel like I'm live because I still go wrong. And I go, like I'll do I think one of the worst ones was Leonard Cohen. Forget the Masters song. So it's about 7 verses, all long. And I got to verse 7 and sort of slipped, and the car just went like that. And and that put me off. And I thought, and that it's about 7 or 8 minutes long. And I thought, oh God, do it again. But you don't see. I should put the outtakes on because, well, no, I'll probably get banned from YouTube.
Good,
Some words,
good for
some
your
words they
Patreon
don't.
page.
Yeah, some words they don't like. But when I was learning, um, because you'll see like 10-year-olds and 11, young kids playing really good,
Mm.
and all this. But when I was like 16, when I started really wanting to learn, there was nowhere to find out. There
Mhm.
was no internet.
Right.
There was no. You'd buy a book, a Beatles, Beatles music book, and you get it, and you'd be looking at the chord shapes, the little boxes with the dots, and can't play that. Okay, and it takes a long time. Well, it took me a long time to realize that's not what they're playing.
Right.
Somebody somebody has written down the music that they can hear and put the chord shapes for chords, and it took me a long time to realize that that's not exactly what they're playing. They were playing chords that I could play.
Right.
But just little thing, just look at this. Just a little thing like on a Beatles song, it'd go like that, and just and that every no, it's a run on the bass, but in the chord book it'll be
Can
that.
can you tilt the camera down just a tiny bit so I can see your hand?
So, like I was saying, where it's just a like
Right.
that, they'll have that as a C shape, and then the one will be like an E minor seven, but up there, and then like that, and then like that, and then back. When
Yeah.
in actual fact, all he's going is like
Right.
a rundown. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when you're learning, you're seeing all these shapes, and I thought, I can't. How do they do it? I mean,
Mm,
they do get a lot better and sort of quite difficult things, but most songs you can end up doing on, well, if you want to do that sort of, and then most songs you can fit those chords into,
right.
but it's just the key. Well, the key change, I just go like that. Just, just move the cap. And like I said, I learned from watching groups at youth clubs and things, and watching their hands and try to do that. But I still didn't. But I always said this as well. Then come the 70s,
Mm,
mainly the 70s, when you sort of your Pink Floyds and your Deep Purple and all these bands are coming out, and I started getting into the folk scene, but they weren't like Ralph McTell and what's it, James Taylor style and all that. It turned out that their their acoustic guitar skills were like unbelievable. And I thought, now I'm never going to be able to play because the music was so hard to try
mm,
to recreate. They were so good at guitaring, and but I persevered and I waited, and then slowly but surely it went back to groups doing basic chords again.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Sort of make it music for everybody.
But I think this is part of the appeal of what you do, right? That you tailor the song to your particular skills and what you like. And so that it's all about your voice and the words and a simple version of the music, which sort of foregrounds what makes the song good in the first place, right?
Yeah, I just if I if I like the song, I'm gonna do it even if I do it badly.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. And if I write a song, I've written some really bad songs, but I'll start writing one, and I'll think this is not good. This is not very good. It's not that great, but I've got to finish it
Mm.
because if I don't finish it, I'll be thinking of it all the time. So I finish it and I go, it's not that good, but that's done. Do something else now.
I think that's really cool. I think that a lot of artists of one kind or another get stuck on a sort of perfectionist
Mm.
model, and it stops them from producing.
Yeah, but I think where I'm different to a lot of proper musicians is they're writing songs and that to get hits or for people to, oh, that's amazing there. I'm just writing songs to get a little idea out of my head, play it, I've done it, it's gone. And I never expected anybody to listen to me.
So
I
so
just
let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the YouTube channel started because I mean, from what I can see, you've been doing this for like 8, 9 years. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I'll give you the answer that I've given everybody. It was there's a drink called Bailey's, And sometimes if you've had too many, it tells you things are good and do it. Yeah, go on, do it. And then in the morning, when you look at your YouTube and you see you've posted something, you realise Bailey's was probably lying to you. But it all sort of started at um, it was basically how easy is it to post a video on YouTube then? So I did this. I think the first one I posted was always on my mind. I was in the bedroom and I just did it on my phone. And then I went downstairs and got the computer out and put it on and started a channel, put it on. And, oh, well, that's easy. And then I thought I might get like 12 people watch me, which is the family. Um, and it just trickled and trickled. But there was a few, a few moments. I think somebody said, Leonard Cohen, they said, where do the good songs come from? And he said, if I knew that, I'd go there more often.
Mm.
And that's like me. I still don't know what people like because I was doing songs and I did that cover of Snuff, Slipknot cover.
Yeah.
And I thought, I sent that to a friend who asked me to do it. He said, "Can you play it?" And I said, I made the video and sent it to him. And I said, "Look, I can't play it. This is me proving that I can't do it." But he really liked it.
And you've
So
got like 250,000 views or something for that video.
yeah, yeah. And he said, "You should, you should." He said, "You should post that one." So I posted it, and it went mad.
Mm.
And I was in all the rock magazines all over the world,
That's
and and all of a sudden, the subscribers are flying up. I was watching them rolling over on my computer. I thought, what's going on? And then thought, well, that won't happen again. And then I did No Surprises. That kicked off again, and I don't even play that anything like the single. And that went, and then you think, well, that's it. But every now and then, so Blink 102 is going better than I've ever thought.
hmm
And was a Billie Eilish one. Somebody I was watching some program and he said that my version of Billie Eilish song is something like the fifth most watched version cover, and I thought, "Oh, that's all right then." And then I did "I'll Follow You Into the Dark,"
Mm.
that one, and then I got emails from these people saying they were from Apple TV. And I thought, no, just more scams, Turns out they were. And they put my cover in a TV show.
I didn't know that. Which
Oh,
TV show did they were they
it's a
doing?
TV show called Home Before Dark.
Huh.
And it's about like a 9-year-old reporter.
Right.
She wants to be a reporter and she's uncovers like this thing going on in the town. And it's season 2. I know it off by heart. Season 2, episode 7. And they've they found a sick bird in the garden and they're trying to get it better. But then this little girl comes in and says, "My bird, it's died." And then my guitar work starts coming on and it's "I'll Follow You Into the Dark." Uh,
Wow.
in a
That's
and they have
that.
like a funeral for it.
Yeah, that must be absolutely electrifying for you to be able to watch that and see how it has reached people.
Yeah. But
That's great. It's also a
I
great
remember,
song.
I
Yeah.
remember so I think I would have been 60, 68, 69. It's about 3 years ago or so. And
Right.
I said I said to the wife, how many people can retire from work and then end up getting on the TV show?
That's
So
great.
yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, you don't have to go into numbers or say anything that you're not comfortable with. But in a situation like that, when you don't own the copyright for the song, but they want to use your version, do they pay you?
They did pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they paid, but they I had a friend in America that sort of he'd got in touch with me. I say a friend, he's someone who got in touch, similar to you.
Hmm.
And I asked him to check out if it was real because it didn't seem real at first. So, I mean, who'd want me? And then he said it was. And I said, well, they've offered me $5,000. And he says, well, you could argue for more. And he said, but it's not your song. And he said, if it was your song, that'd be easy 25,000, easy, but it's not your song. Well, I wasn't bothered about the money really because I thought, no, it's just the fact that someone's put me in in the TV show. So I said that $5,000 is quite happy with that. I'd have done it for one, but you don't tell them that in the time. I'd
That's
have probably just,
fantastic.
yeah.
Great story.
I hadn't. I didn't start the YouTube thinking, oh, I can make a lot of money out of this, because I get emails all the time to advertise stuff, products and things like that. And I look at it and I say, your channel is great to advertise our AI created tools and all this lot. And I think I don't know anything about that. So I'm not gonna do it. Or I even got one for beauty products. I mean, look at this face. Will you advertise our fashion? And I think no, I know because I don't know anything about it. But if you said, well, there's a couple of companies, if we send you a guitar, will you review it? Well, I'll do that.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
And you can keep the guitar. Well, I've had two, I got two guitars, and when I'd reviewed the first one, I took it to the school and gave it to the music department.
Oh, nice.
And
That's
then
great.
the second one, I was going to do the same, but my granddaughter saw it, so she said, "Oh, I like that." She didn't learn to play though. Would have been better off in the school. But,
But AI, I mean, fancy
it
asking
get,
you. I mean, what you do is the opposite of AI.
yeah, yeah, and people have still accused me of being AI.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah, I've had comments. You do know this is AI, and I think, are you joking? I did a talking video about that, but I do say at the end, I go, for a start, I said, if I was AI, surely they'd do a better job. Surely they wouldn't have bum notes and things like that. And I
Oh,
said, so I said, I can definitely tell you that I am, I am, I am not AI, as,
yeah.
as if I've been stalled. But no, I think some people, I don't know. I think they sit in their bedroom, they see all the subscribers I've got without even trying and get slightly jealous and have to say
Mm.
something. But what I like about it now is because everyone here thinks I'm a nice person except for the wife. It's mutual. No, no. I try to be fair and nice and all this lot, and I think it comes across because if someone does say something nasty on my channel, I don't have to reply.
Mm.
They get enough replies from everyone else. People replying for me, and I love it. I think.
Good. Yeah, yeah.
But I also, it's a bit hard. Some people probably don't. The younger people probably don't understand this, but I don't care. I don't really care. If someone says, "Oh, that's rubbish," and then you're not playing it right, I don't care. Oh, you can't sing. I know I can't sing, so you can't get me with that one. And you're playing the chords wrong. I'm not playing the chords wrong. I'm playing them my way.
Right.
I'm not playing them that way. I haven't told anyone this. I've often said that if I'm going to do a cover of a James Taylor song and it comes out note for note like he plays it and sounds like him, what is the point?
Exactly.
Because you'll listen to James Taylor.
Yeah.
But there is a story behind Blink 182.
Go on.
I wasn't going to do that song. I've never heard that song before. But there's a an American that lives in Vietnam and he's got two boys and they play. They're like a band. And they wanted to do a song with me because he said, I'm trying to promote my boys a bit. And if they did a song with us, I said, well, fair, because I'll do that for anyone. I don't mind any. A lot of people want to sing with me, probably to promote themselves, really. And I don't mind because I'm not going anywhere. But and they said, we'd like to do Blink 182. And their dad, not far off my age, he said, this is how I do it. And he played it with using the like C chord first and that. And I saw a little bit of it and I said, well, I'll see what I can do. But I said, I don't usually play like that. So what I'll do, I said, I'll do my version and see if you can work with it. So I did my version and I sent it to them. And what they did, they added them to it, but it's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and I sing the first verse and then they sing the second. Well, when sent it to me, I thought, you know, that's all right, but it's not really what I'd do because he was too. But then I didn't realize that the second verse they're singing is how they sing it. Is how Blink 182 sing it because I'd never heard Blink 182 sing it. I just saw somebody cover it and I thought, oh, that's how I can play it. Because it's like really and I still get it on the comments online. He didn't pronounce head right. It's supposed to be in my head like that. And I'm thinking, well, that's what the Vietnamese lads were doing. And I thought they were getting it right. I thought, why are they going it so? It was too obvious in my head like that. And it's too obvious, but that's how they. So,
That's how Tom
uh,
sings it. Yeah.
yeah. So I wasn't going to post it, but it's been a few months since that came out, and I got quite a few comments. Would like just to hear your version of it. And so
Mm.
I thought, all right, let's just put it on, thinking that would get same amount of just sort of views, and then it went mad overnight. Well, when I say go mad, not not millions, but I'll post a song, and after a week. I'm happy if it's got 4 or 5 thousand views
Mm.
like that. Well, this has got 100 and something, and like when it gets like that, to me, that was I mean, the Billie Eilish one's 2 to 3 million views. That Snuff one's about 5 million views, isn't it?
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, I did two versions, so
I
if you get
did.
the second version, that's not got as many as that first one.
I came across the Blink cover through a Blink 182 Facebook group that was
Mm,
sharing it, and people were responding positively. And as I think I said to you at the time, I forwarded it to Tom, who sings the second verse
yeah,
and the chorus on the original recording because I work with him, and he already knew it
yeah,
and liked it and thought it was cool. So. Does that happen a lot? Do you get feedback from like the
yeah. But
people who?
I did. It started a long time ago. I did a cover of a song called Flags by He's an artist that's just initials like SYML or something.
Hmm.
He calls himself. I don't that was his initials, SY, something like that. And he posted on my YouTube, this isn't my song anymore. This is his.
Oh wow.
And then I got the Growlers. Listen to this, like what a great job he's done of our a Growlers song. And I've had it happen 2 or 3 times, and it's nice to know that. And
What's
Billie Eilish posted my cover of her song on her TikTok. But what she'd done, she'd copied the link to the TikToker that's pretending to be me.
Oh, right.
Right? So he got like millions of views on his TikTok.
That's really tiresome.
I've tried everything. I got rid of him once, but I can't get rid of it. The TikTok don't seem to want to know.
Well, so
It,
long as they're
it
getting hits on
is,
their platform, they don't care, do they?
yeah. It says my TikTok is just Frank Watkinson, like everything. Frank Watkinson, but only it's got a T, Frank T. Watkinson, but all in one word because that my middle name's Thomas. And his is Frank dot Watkinson guitar,
Mhm.
right? And you can tell his because he has posted probably everything I've done. I've only put so many songs on TikTok and on Instagram. He's posted nearly everything I've done. And then he has the nerve to put on it, this is the official Frank Watkinson site.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, but I know where he's from. He's from Vietnam,
Oh, yeah.
and it's rife with them over there.
Huh.
They're you get loads of YouTube videos of fake America's Got Talent shows,
Mhm. Yeah.
fake, and you see all the judges going mad at one person on a stage, and it's fake.
Mhm.
And I don't know
Mhm.
where if America's Got Talent can't get them blocked,
Right. Yeah.
then how would I?
Yeah. But you have a committed, serious fan base.
Mm.
How do you, what is it, what do you think people love about your videos? I am sorry to put you on the spot. I don't want you to feel like you have to brag, but how would
I'm
you
not
explain
brag.
it?
I wouldn't. I'd never brag.
I know you
I,
wouldn't.
I just think it's. I think I'm showing them that you don't have to be perfect. You don't. If you like to do something, I say if you like to do something, don't don't let people go, oh, you're rubbish. No, but I like doing it.
Mm,
Um, it's like anything. If you're an athlete, a runner, but you can never win because there's always people better, but you like to do it,
mm,
you're still going to do it.
mm. I
Um,
mean,
I
I'm
think
looking at the room behind you, and is that a SpongeBob blanket? Keep
it's a
looking.
minion blanket.
Okay, a minion, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, that's for the dog on there. And now if it's not there, they ask me where it is. Well,
But,
I'm
but this is
getting.
gonna, yeah, exactly. But I think, when you're talking about, oh, well, you do it because you like it, but it's also about the sincerity and the candor and the lack of
I don't like
bells and
fake.
whistles. Right.
I don't like fakery. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm playing something or singing something when I've been to a studio and recorded it all there and then pick
Yeah.
up a guitar here and pretend that it's me
Yeah.
like that. But I've done a couple of ones with the Canadian lads. One's my song and one was the Lynyrd Skynyrd song.
Mm,
And I've done it here, but that it's not fake because they want to add to it. I've sat here and played my version without singing, and then I've played it back, and then I've sang to my own recording,
hmm
holding the guitar still, and I've sang to that just to get the video. Then I've sent it them, and then they've got two separate tracks where they can add theirs to and
hmm
levels and things like that. So I wouldn't call that faking, but I've seen people they've pick up a guitar and they're pretending they're doing it in the front room, and then backing singers come in, and it's like, well, I'm looking, well, where they've come from. She's singing a bit of backing there, and then they'll be there, and a bit of lead guitar comes in, and it's like, well, she's good because I can hear a lead guitar. That's why I don't like AI. Just I put my lyrics into AI Songmaker, and it comes out with it comes out with songs that I couldn't even dream of trying to play like
Mm.
that. But 5 minutes it took,
Yeah.
and and you say things like soft voice, old, and blah blah blah, and it does
Yeah.
it. So I sent them to a friend in America. I, she's like a fan that messaged me once, and I treat her as my critic now. I send her everything I do, and and I said, look at these. It's made a really good song out of my lyrics. Nothing like how I did it.
Mm.
And she came back and said, yeah, they are good, but it's not you.
Right. And
That's like,
somebody's making money off it, which
yeah, that, yeah,
as a writer myself, I'm
yeah,
in a sort of constant war with AI
yeah.
and what it's doing to us.
I saw
And
a post on Facebook,
mm,
and it's a patient in the bed with a worried look on his face, and it says, me being told I'm going to be operated on by the surgeon that passes exams using Chat GPT or whatever.
yeah, yeah, it's grim.
Well, they
It's
advertise things, you know, this will write you essays and this will get you. That's not you, then, is
what's
it?
the point, right? What
Right.
is the point? Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
I was reading an article, an interview with you from a few years ago, and the guy who wrote it said, the internet has basically been a disappointment, and then you find you, and that makes everything feel a little better.
Mm. I do get that a lot on this. People saying this is what YouTube used to be like. And
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, before it became all bells and whistles and high
yeah,
production values and so on.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I shouldn't keep you much longer. What might we look for from you in the future? Any songs that you're eyeing that you'd be prepared to share?
I'm doing one which I've always wanted to do, and I found an easier way to play it, but I don't quite know it all yet. But you'll know the song. And how does it go? I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know all the words. I've got my ear in front of me.
Do you ever you have a pickup on the guitar sometimes? Do you ever mic it?
Yeah, that's just a pickup I bought from Timu, and I
Right.
put it on, and I tried it in my little amp there, but I can't record using it.
Oh,
It
okay.
I can't get the levels right. It was only so I could get a bit of chorus on, but I can put that on with GarageBand anyway.
Right, right, right.
You'll know this. There is a young cowboy. He lives on the range. His horse and his saddle are his only companion. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, closing his eyes as the dog is retired. He sings out a song which is soft, but it's clear, as if maybe someone can hear. All together. Good night in moonlit ladies. Rockabye, sweet baby Jane. Sweet greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dream? And rockabye, sweet baby Jane. Something
Right.
like that.
I love that because, and it's like, how do you, as a pensioner in, I don't know what part of the UK you're in, Londonish,
Near Cambridge,
near Cambridge, okay.
12 miles from Cambridge.
But, and you sing a song about a cowboy and it sounds completely convincing.
because it's a good song.
Right, right. And because you can put yourself in it,
Well,
right? I mean,
the last song I put on after Blink was a cowboy song from Buster Scruggs, wasn't it?
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I just watched the film Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and I thought, yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago. I thought I need to see that film again because that was so good, and I'd forgotten the song at the ending, and it's so simple. I thought I've got to do that. I've got a friend who says I should just do country music, and I keep saying I can't do country music because I don't have that country twang.
mm,
There's a twang in their
yeah,
voice. I haven't got it. But if I did
yeah.
English country music, I'd sound like like an old Cornishman, old British accent.
All right.
So
Well, I should let you go, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for doing this and for volunteering your time, to somebody you don't really know at all. And
no, you're not the first.
well, no, I know, but I mean, I think the generosity and sincerity that we hear in your music is there when you agree to do stuff like this as well, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, I just like I said at the start, I'm not Mr. Big. I'm not a famous musician. I'm not. I'm not being like chased by fans or anything. Nobody knows me when I walk out with the dog, and I'm not known, and I want it to stay that way. I don't mind being known on Facebook and YouTube and that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be. Oh, well, there is one person who shouts out at me if I'm in the supermarket, and that's my
Mm.
daughter. She'll go, "Hey, there's that guy from YouTube," and everyone turns around.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Frank. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I look forward to checking out more of your songs in the future.
All right then. And I might speak to you again when I've got like 10 million.
Excellent. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. He's a great guy to talk to, fascinating, honest, candid, straightforward kind of guy. I really liked talking to him and hearing about his process and hearing his passion come through. So I hope you liked it too. In the description of this video, I will include links to Frank's YouTube channel and to his Patreon page. Please, as ever, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Patreon page. I'll include a link in the description. My patrons get to see my videos a few days before anybody else, and they can talk amongst themselves along the way. So if that interests you, check it out. It's the only way that I in any way monetize what I do here, since the channel itself is not monetized. Check out my books, of course. Check out my little Dashery store, and I will have more news about upcoming projects in the next few weeks, I hope. Till then, thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.